Hi everyone, so welcome to our update of the Yankee Boy. So we're going to do an update every month. So this will be the October 2020 update. So lots of exciting stuff to show you, right from stuff we're doing outside this month. Sawmill, and we did a bunch more stuff. We need to saw more timbers for the mill. There's this cool drone that we got. We're going to show you that. It's a DJI Avata. So that's been a real game changer for stuff we've been able to do. And as you can see, we've been working with equipment quite a bit, above ground, below ground, you name it. So we had to light a bunch of fires to clean some stuff up and some shafts, and we've done more mapping, and we've gotten further underground too. So lots of cool stuff underground and above ground, and so we're glad you guys can join us. A lot of people seem to be really excited about the progress we've done this, and the reason we're doing this is to make a museum, so you guys can come and check out an underground mine in a safe environment. So we'll see you next month. That we got other videos exploring mines for the update in November.
So Franklin's idea of the day is, we're not sure. What is your idea of the day?
Well, the idea is we want to burn all this stuff up. There's a bunch of dead stuff in the bottom there.
This is a shaft.
It's on our
supposedly map. Maybe connects with something down below. Whoa.
So we're going to see if there's any smoke down in the main hall level when we go down there, because the air was going down from the main hall level. So with all this here, there's definitely going to be some smoke in the bottom. So at the same time, we also set up fire in the attic below there. So I guess we shouldn't have done that, because now we didn't know if the smoke to the main hall level was from the shaft above or this attic. If that's not going to piss the rat off, I can't think of what would.
So this is an adit just below the shaft that we started the top fire in.
Hi everyone, welcome to another update of the Yankee Boy. So right now we're at the 200 level attic, and we'll show you on the map exactly where we are. All right, here's our plan of the Yankee Boy here, and this is the portal we were at right there. So as you see, you go in a little ways there's that curve right there, and we go along there, and that's about where this other shaft is, above there. So if we can continue just a little further, there's a branch goes this way and a branch goes that way, and really don't know how far we can get. This one here is plugged. We can't get in there. So, but we should be able to get along here, I guess. I don't know. We're not really sure. According to the map, it goes into the top levels, but we can't get any further. And there's a shaft above us. So we've been busy digging here, and we'll show you what we found here. We've also got some other exciting stuff to show you. We've been working at the very bottom level. We're at the 550, and we've started digging that collapse. So far we got about 30 loads out of there, and it's coming along pretty good. And we've got this really cool drone too, so we're going to give it some really neat drone shots. The DJI Avata is a new thing, and it's just an awesome drone. You won't believe actually what it'll do. It can fly along through the bush and through little trails and stuff, and you have goggles where you can watch. It's like flying a helicopter. So yeah, I will show you a bunch of the updates and stuff. We've been working hard at the Yankee Boy, and this will be your October update. Most of it's probably mental. You don't like dark places that are wet and you're claustrophobic. You have a bunch of phobias and stuff. It's not going to be the place for you. All right, so this is the main hall level. No, we're not going to fly in here. You can't fly in the dark in a drone. So we're just going to show you what this drone can do. So this is the main hall level, and we're going to fly up to the 200 level. Now, back in the old days, like we've built all these roads and stuff in here. Back in the old days, they had a donkey trail that went from that the main hall level that I just showed you up to the 200, which is the highest level in the mine. So we've kind of fixed a little bit of this up here. I'm not really sure how we're going to do that. We got the little dozer here. We don't know if we're going to kind of make a better trail all the way up there, or just keep it like this as a donkey trail so people could actually go up to the top levels. There's a number of open stopes and stuff up in here. and we're going to go into this in the one adit we're going to show you. So as you can see, this drone's really cool. We're just sitting there with goggles on down by the main hall level, and following this trail, so you got really good visibility, and it's got pretty good guards and stuff and propellers, so even if you do happen to hit a little bush or something like that, it'll just kind of go through it and around it, and it does stuff like no other drone that I've ever seen. So it's going to be pretty exciting using it to go explore other adits and mines and different things like that. So quite a bit big improvement over the DJI Phantom that we had before. This one's really small, so a lot of fun to fly. So yeah, this is the old mule trail that went up, and then now we'll be back at that adit that we were just at. So now we're going to hop into this mine, and we know it connects to the bottom level because we set a fire in here and we could smell smoke. All right, so this one here, it had some rats in it, but mostly there's been rabbits in here. There's all kinds of rabbit turds in here. It was really dusty and we had to dig it all out, so we'll try to walk slowly so it's not too dusty. So we had to dig all that out. It just ended there, and it meets a shaft up here. Didn't find nothing really exciting other than a lot of rabbit turds and part of an explosive box. But it meets a shaft, and the reason we're really interested in getting here is because, like on the map, it shows, makes a sharp turn, and it continues on to other parts of the mine we've never been into. I could feel some air in here. And like I said, when we lit a fire in here, the smoke was coming up to the bottom, coming up to the very bottom of the mine, so we know this is connected to the bottom levels. And so there's a shaft above us. It's plugged. We'll show you in the drone what it looks like. And there we go. So that's kind of nasty up there. I can feel air, and we're pretty sure that's connected to that shaft just above us. But it should also continue further on. Now it's going to be a bit of a challenge because obviously if we keep digging that way, we've got to worry about this collapse above us. So I'm not sure how we're going to handle that. Probably going to take and dig all this out, take all this material right out of there and get right to the ground. So Sharon's going to have a look at it and take some pictures for us. Morning, Sharon. You're on rat patrol this morning, so if I go down there and any rats come up, you smack them over the head, okay? But we always thought that this shaft is maybe connected to the bottom of the mine. We can never figure out where the bottom of the mine, there's air screaming out of there. We can never figure out where the air is going in. So this appeared to be plugged but had a bunch of wood in it. So what we did is we lit it on fire yesterday. And lo and behold, down in the bottom of the mine, it started getting all smoky. So we know they're connected. So now that's all burned down. I'm going to stick my climbing gear on and go down and start poking around and see if I can see anything. So down I went and started digging down through there. I couldn't find any obvious way that we could dig down through the bottom of that shaft and get into that adit below us. However, you know, it's lots of loose rock in there, so we had to scale a bunch of rock off there. We just kind of kicked it off. It was really loose, like huge boulders, so it was pretty dangerous being below there. Another reason why it wouldn't be a good idea to dig down there, because it's just so unstable, because they mined above that and there's all kinds of loose stuff. You'll see these big boulders coming off there as I'm kind of kicking them.
Whoa, that wasn't good.
This one needs a little scaling. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you're making a lot of dusty, smoky ashes. Blech.
Well, it's better than the mine making me into dust.
Poof. I can't even see you on the screen. I don't know if I'm got you or not.
Well,
You've disappeared into the smoke and ashes.
still burning a little bit, not very much. But pretty much all the wood's gone. We still don't know for sure. Like you can see, there was a vein here going up there. So a bunch of material come down here. Looks like there's a bunch of big rocks sitting on. We're sitting on a bunch of big rocks now. Big boulders that fell off the sides, I guess. See a little rat nest in there. But we can't really tell if it ever went down further than that. I guess it might have, but in any case, I mean, you look at the size of the rocks. It'd be pretty difficult to get down any further. There's probably no air going from here to the main hall level. I don't see any sign of any air. Could have really went down anywhere. We could try digging a little bit, but I don't think so. So chances are it's the adit. The air is going down the adit. Yeah, it's an interesting little hole in here, but it doesn't look to me like there's any way that this could be connected to the rest of the mine. The air is not coming from here to the rest of the to the mine. So we're 200 feet above the main hall level, and I'm pretty sure it's the adit below us where the air and the smoke and stuff got into the mine. Let's see if we can see our breath further in, then we can see which way our breath might be going.
If there is, it's only a little bit.
Continuing on, we're past the 400. Now we're working our way to the 550. We're going to keep fixing this track up and getting further back to this collapse at the 550. We'll show you what we've been up to. So if it quits burning, it could still smell some smoke later if it quits burning. If hot air quits rising. Doesn't seem to be as much. Maybe it's normal, but something going out. Oh yeah. We don't smell any smoke. Well, this is the 400 level. We're at the 400 here. Look up, look way up. So we're trying to get to that level up there, the 46. 46 feet up, so it's a little tough getting up there right now. So we're hoping to get up to 550, and we hope there's an ore pass going up to that level. That's what our hope is. So, yeah, so we have all this calcite and stuff on the track here, and we've had to clean that all up so we can get the ore car further back to get the rest of this material out of here. So it's a fair bit of work. You know, when I first bought this mine, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to have your own mine and be able to work in a mine and stuff. And, you know, it has been a lot of fun, but a lot more work than I ever thought. This part's all been chipped out. This is a little bit rough here, but even when it's like this, when the loaded car comes through here, it'll actually chip out the rest of it because there's a lot of weight with these wheels here. You can see on the inside, you see these two tracks on the inside here. So what happens if you look at the car, it's got flanges on the inside. So we've cleaned this out a lot better, so it'll roll easy on this part. But where the flanges of the car are, they push down onto there and they'll actually grind that the rest of that calcite down. You can see in here where it's not cleaned out very good. So it makes it harder to push, but if you can get a good run at it with a full car, over time it just wears it down and it'll all be nice and smooth eventually. You get enough cars over it. It's always kind of rough when you first start it, and then with all this weight in here, it makes it smoother. So here we are. Yeah, so this big demolition hammer makes this calcite fairly easy. Yeah, it still takes a long time, but see the ties in there. So we'll just keep chipping this back, and we got to get it back to where, like this. And we'll work on it. We'll kind of show you. We can show you a little bit of what we're doing. The reason we're getting the car back here is because then we've got to work on this collapse at the 550. So hopefully it won't be too much material to get out of here, and then we'll be able, hopefully, to get up to the higher levels, which you haven't been to yet. So we're trying to get to the higher levels from the top too. So kind of working two different things here. Yeah. So we'll start removing this side of here, and we don't know how much material there might be here. Maybe not too much.
I feel like we just shovel. I don't know, a few days, but it doesn't look as daunting as the last. It looks like, hey, we can do this. Another old wooden, rotten ore chute. So in a few days, like Frank says, we'll be on the other side of this.
So you get the idea. Alright, so today we're working at the 550 level, mucking it out. There's a couple of things that we've noticed. See these drill holes here. So we've seen these cans, these rusting cans along the ditch, and the reason why they're here is because they were doing diamond drilling in here. So along different areas here, they have holes. So they were looking for extensions of this vein. See one along here. There's a spike in there even. So those are just for exploration. See them all over the place here. As they went into this tunnel, they drilled both sides, looking for more ore bodies. So we're seeing some big rocks here, and Sharon's done a nice job. We put some of this nicer muck in here and leveled this all out so we can use this for, I don't know, we had a couple different ideas. We could put a powder room in here or put some displays in here or, yeah, whatever, I'm not really sure. We're sitting here looking at this graffiti along there. So there's a Colin, an Art, and Jack that we could make out here. And I wrote their names in here. So this was probably a little station that they had for diamond drilling because a lot of these holes are in here. This was kind of cool. There's a big one there. There's a small one there. It's got water was coming out of there. It had a lot of calcium in it, so the calcium would come out of there. But here's all just rock that we saved. It's got quartz in it, so this is where the pay was. So we thought it was kind of cool. So we just figured kind of save some of that. And I'll show you what it looks like. Sharon's been working hard today. We got a whole bunch of stuff shoveled. Hey, we figured for sure there's a raise here. And it keeps going up. And as we shovel it down, more stuff comes down. So we got 30 carts loaded so far, and we don't see any end in sight. It's actually quite a bit warmer here than it is in the rest of the mine. I'm not sure why. There's no air flowing through here. So we've got a little chair here and kind of take turns a little bit because there's a lot of work shoveling. You take a little break and have your partner do a little bit of work. Nice chair and have a little rest.
Warm, sunny day in October 2022. We're running the mill again so that we can finish the museum building off. So that's our pile of wood, one of our piles that we've cut so far. So some of our lumber we're We're sawing up with the mill in the last week. And that's my little stack there that I'm planning to build an outhouse with. In the next couple days, we will be finishing the siding on the museum. These are some of the old boards that I've been salvaging out of the mine for who knows what. Today, one of our plans is to take this very large rock, and put it down beside our gate so that we can use it for one of the gate posts. Oh, looks pretty big for Hank. Yikes. To lose our nice rock down the bank onto the road. That would be bad news. So far, so good. I said pretty sweet job. Oh yeah. Yep. There's our final resting spot for our rock for our gate post. Looks pretty darn cool there. And I suppose Franklin can have his operator's license now. He did a pretty darn good job getting the rock where we wanted it.
So we got the grade in there. We're just going to hop in the drone and give you a little tour of what we've all done with the property there. So we got the roads in pretty good shape now. We're down to just one switchback. We improved the road a little bit there, and then we built a big parking lot for guests and stuff to come up, and we'll probably have it set up so people can camp there if they want to. So we got fairly big trees left in there. We tried to leave them all. We tried not to take down any trees that we didn't have to for roads and for parking lot and stuff like that. But the trees we did have to take out, we were able to use run through the mill or whatever to use for mine timbers or whatever. So the other advantage is this other road that we built. Now we eliminated, we had 3 switchbacks. Now there's only 1. But there's a parking lot down the bottom, so it makes it easy for people to get in there. We might possibly have a spot for a person or two to camp there. We'll see how that works out. So this is that one corner in the switchback. We're just waiting to get new tires for the Millie, their military truck. And then we're going to put a lift of gravel on the whole thing there and just kind of smooth it out. But we're pretty happy with the grade. It's good all the way up there, and it's fairly stable. Big help having the D8 cat up there to do all this stuff with the big ripper that just breaks through rock and stuff pretty good. So this is the very top of the mine, and these are some other adits that we roped into before. It's very unstable up there. I don't think we'll ever be able to take anyone in there because there's big rocks and stuff in there. And it's not connected to the other mine anymore. So looking down here, there's a big hole in there. And this is the very first part that they mined. But like I say, it doesn't connect to the other parts of the lower part of the mine. It did at one time through an internal shaft, but I don't know. That's another story. Maybe one day it will again. It did at one time, doesn't now. So going from the adit that we went into, the 200 level adit, which is actually just below that. So we're looking straight up the hill, and this kind of make a little more sense yet. This is where the shaft is, where I set the fire in. So those two are connected, that adit and this shaft here. And we'll just fly over there. That's the cool thing with the drone. We can show you the vein going all the way up. So we'll look down, and you can see the big pit there, and that's where all the fire and the ashes and stuff was in there. So again, that's very unstable here. We got a lot of loose rock. Interesting seeing the vein that they followed up here. So when they mined that, they just dropped all that stuff into that shaft and went into that hall level there. So this is this is one of the very oldest parts of the mine where they first started around 1900 when they first found this vein at the top of the mountain, and then later on they put the main haul level in and the intermediate levels, which we haven't gotten to yet, but we're working on it. One day you'll see them. And yeah, so this is the very top there, and we're just going to zip right down to the main haul level. And you can see it's only about 200 feet straight vertical. With the drone, it's kind of a fun little drop down into there. We're going to get a different control for the drone. This one's kind of like a pistol. It's kind of interesting, but you can't go backwards with it, and there's a bunch of other motions that you can't do with the regular controller's a little better for filming and stuff like that. So every time I'm near the hole, I just can't help myself but go under the boom. I don't know, it's just kind of fun flying through it. I wouldn't have dared doing this with the other drone. And this is the parking lot as we're down there, so we'll have it for people can park there. And yeah, there I am, flying the drone, just sitting there, and I'll land it back on the table where it took off from. This is the old chute that was in there. It's got a piece of wood in here and got stuff above it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to use our R card, see if we can pull the chute. I'm going to get this rock piece out of there. Oh yeah. Hold on. Interesting. That piece of wood would have been left there by the miners to block the chute off. Because you see it's at an angle going in. So that was the gate that they used to block it. There's the gate. For the most part. And there's busted boards in there. Yeah, that's been collapsed for a long time, eh? Well, that might have collapsed later, I don't know. Here it goes.
We were bringing a carload of muck from back further in the mine, and we were going under the chute and caught a piece of it, and it started to collapse on us. So now we've decided that we need to do something about it before it totally collapses on our head or something. So Frank's up there.
We were debating about whether we should keep this or restore it, but I think the decision's made for us, eh?
Yeah, that was not safe.
Now, what are we going to do here? Going to pull apart nicely? Oh, yeah. Perfect.
See how they built the chute on that nice slanted piece of rock face there?
Yeah, it was pretty smart, eh?
Yeah. You're the worst estimator ever.
All right, let's go. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us this week. We have a show every week, so we'll see you next week. Check out our new merch page. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Music is by the Adits.